Hello everybody, welcome back to Town City State. In today's video, we're going to be ranking state highway signs, and we're going to be ranking them in terms of creativity, in terms of just distinctiveness. So let's just jump right into it. I think the, the one that's standing out to me most right now is Colorado. It's the only state flag or state highway sign with its state flag inside of it. I think in terms of uniqueness, this is pretty unique. There's not really another state flag like it. It's pretty colorful, and you're definitely going to know you're driving through the state of Colorado when you have this state highway sign on the road. So let's put this in B. Yeah, I think that's a good place for it right now. Yeah, and again, these could change as I go through the rankings, but we're just going to stick to it as of now. So now I'm just going to grab this one because obviously there's a couple like these, couple boring ones, couple non-distinctive ones, and this one I believe is for the state of Delaware. So obviously we're going to put this in F. There's really no creativity going into it. It doesn't distinct it, from any other state, distinguish it, sorry, from any other state highway sign. So it's really just a circle with a 1 or a circle with whatever number. The numbers are really random in these state highway signs, so none of them really make sense, but I have a list to tell me which one is which, in terms of these circle ones. So that one's Delaware, and this one is going to be Iowa. Again, you just have another F. These fail. Come on, Iowa and Delaware. You guys should step up your game. Delaware is the first state. It has the most time to figure this out. So, yeah, let's go with, I think Idaho is another good one like Colorado. Is it the most creative? No, but I think obviously it's pretty distinct. You've got the state kind of outline over there, and the numbers in the top right corner. So you know what? I honestly think I want to move Colorado up to A and then put Idaho into B. Yeah, that looks right to me. So let's move on to, I'm just really picking them at random here. Let's do kind of the similar style to the Idaho flag or the Idaho state highway sign. This is Ohio. So here you've got the number real big right in the middle of the sign, which I really like. Actually, this is one of the few things that Ohio is doing right here. If you guys haven't checked out my Why Ohio is a Meme video, be sure to check that out. Posted it about 2 months ago. So yeah, really, really fun video to make. But anyway, Ohio state highway sign. I'm going to rank this. Now, it's not the most creative, so I think I'm going to put it in B. Yeah, I think it goes in B with Idaho. Yeah, safely over there. And next up, let's just do, what's this one? North Dakota. Yeah, North Dakota, I think it's got the same, I don't know. Do I put it in A? Because, gosh, I don't know if it deserves an A rating, honestly. Maybe sticking it in B, keeping it in B. It's distinct. Look, I like color. If you've got any color in yours, you're really gonna get high because on this list because most of these don't have color. So even a little pop of color like New Mexico's is really fun. They've got this kind of Native American theming that they do in this from the state flag and the state license plate. So the state highway sign is really fitting. This one for New Mexico. It goes in S for me, honestly. It goes in S for me. I don't know where else would you put it. I like North Dakota in B, though. Colorado in A. Okay, yeah, that looks good to me so far. Let's do this one. Again, another really good sign. Now, I might have said that color gets you an S. It at least probably disqualifies you from anything over here. So you're looking at S, A, and B for anything that's colorful and unique. Just like the state of Kansas here. And I don't know. I like this one. It's distinct. It's interesting. It's not just a white circle. It's got this kind of sun detailing that's really cool. I'm not sure if that's like a sun or a flower actually, but nevertheless, I think this definitely deserves an A tier. Yeah, let's put it in an A tier for now. That looks good to me. Next up, we're going to move to 80. Now I got to look at my list because this is one of those. Yep, just a regular circle. Yeah, okay, so this is Kentucky, and so we're going to just put that right in F, obviously. I really don't think anything deserves, higher than an F if it is just a circle with the numbers in it. So now this one's a little different. For example, this one I believe is, just check notes. Yep, this is Oregon. And so it's not a complete circle, but how distinct are we talking here? Nothing says Oregon on this, and Oregon has a lot of interesting iconography. So, I expect more out of Oregon, but I think I'm going to put it in D. Honestly, I think I'm going to put it in D just based on how it's not just a circle. So, yeah, it goes in D. And for that reason, for that matter, let's do New York, which I really like. Honestly, they've got kind of this regal crest going on here. I grew up in New York a little bit, so this is kind of nostalgic. It's kind of playing on some nostalgia factor here, but I honestly like the little crest and the little shield. And so I don't even know. Does this go in C? Maybe. I'm gonna put it in C for now. It's even more creative than these. This is just kind of like I don't know, an oval shape almost, and New York's kind of got this crest going on. So I like it. So it goes there for now. And I think the same could be said for Wisconsin. I'm just gonna make sure. Yep. And I looked into it. There's no real reason that they shaped it in such an odd shape. It's like kind of got the stinger feature. You'd think maybe their state insect was the bee or like a wasp or something, but nope. Wisconsin just they just decided to go different. So yeah, I think to be fair, I have to put it in C honestly, because it's even more of a unique shape than New York. So I think that works for C. Yeah. Now onto a state with an actual bee as a state insect. We've got Utah, and what their big iconography is the honeycomb, and I think that's what it's called, right? A hive, honeycomb, not the honeycomb. Yeah, it's a beehive. So Utah has this beehive for their state highway signs. I really like it. It's really distinct. You're in Utah. I mean, if you have some knowledge of kind of the general lore of states and state by state basis, but Utah, it's pretty famous. I think that their iconography is this. So, I'm not even gonna put them in A. I like this one. I like this one a lot. It's unique. S. Even though it's black and white, it's going to S. So it's a great logo there. And I guess we should go back to Missouri. Obviously we've got something that looks a lot like Ohio, so we're gonna slot that in. To be fair, right in B, and I think it deserves it. It's better than these because it is the shape. But not as good as these. So yeah, I like that. Let's go Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. that looks like the University of Michigan's M. I don't know why that would be, or if Michigan took it from their state. The university took it from the state highway signs. I really doubt that. But nevertheless, somewhat unique. But it's obviously not just a square. It's kind of like a diamond. Well, it is a square, but it's tilted. Do I put this in C or does it deserve a B? Because it doesn't have the state outline, which all of these states have, but it has an M. But honestly, I feel like that takes off points because there's so many states that start with M. I almost want to put it down here because you might be confused driving through Michigan. It's like, wait, is this Minnesota? Like M? Anyway, that's my reasoning, but I think we're gonna stick it in C. I think C is fine for now. And for that matter, let's go right into Nevada. I like Nevadas. I feel like people would probably say it's cheap just to put the name slabbed out in a random kind of space. Not really creative. They could have put the Nevada up here or kind of somewhere that looked more aesthetically pleasing. And for that, I'm gonna put it in a low B. Because I think great state highway signs go beyond just the outline and the numbers and a name, but so like these so far. But again, we have one like this Vermont, which I struggle to not put in anything but like S, because Vermont's got this really strong green theme throughout the state iconography. I'm using that word a lot. But yeah, I like Vermont's. I like Vermont's green. It's unique. No other state has this sort of color thing going on, except maybe one we'll get to later, where it's got the actual numbers a different color. Yeah, no state has that. Yeah, I don't even think Wyoming, which we'll go ahead and rate. I think this is brown and this is brown, but this is black for some reason. But look, I like Wyoming's just as much as I like Vermont. So we're going to put both those up in S. I think these are really S tier. I was talking to one of my friends, and when I asked him to give me what they thought, they would rank these signs, they said this one kind of, I don't know if they like, I don't know if I like Wyoming's because it's yellow and a lot of the street signs are yellow on the highways, from bank angle to I don't know, you know, approach and to slippery road, whatever this. I'm like blanking on all the highway signs right now. But yeah, no, a lot of the highway signs are yellow. They said they might be confused. I don't think so. I think yellow, Wyoming's got this great yellow and brown theming to it, all throughout their kind of tourism stuff. And so, yeah, I like Wyoming in the S tier. I mean, it really stands out, so it's very unique. But again, we have to go back and rank some of these. Let's get a few of them out really quickly. This is Mississippi's, another circle, at 47. Just another circle again. We've got New Jersey. I mean, come on, New Jersey. You're the Garden State. You had a lot of time. You could do so much with that. Just a shame. Now we have this one, which is Hawaii's. And again, I don't think it deserves F. I'm going to put it in D with Oregon's just because it's not a circle. It's a little bit like a guitar pick. I don't know, maybe a ukulele pick. I don't know if that was intentional, but I'm going to assume it wasn't. But if it was, even if it was, I feel like Hawaii has a lot better. It could have done a lot better. And let's go ahead and do Arkansas, which I don't even know if, yeah, there you go. I'll just blow it up a little bit. Yeah, Arkansas obviously fitting in right here with the themes of just the state outlines. And I think we've got a good list coming together. So kind of as a mid-roll here, I'm gonna I'm gonna mention that if you're not already subscribed and you're enjoying the video and you'd like to see more tier list, definitely make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and comment what tier list you'd like to see next. Okay, we're gonna go to a state highway sign that I really like. Obviously, what do you think it is? Washington. This is the outline of George Washington. Very iconic, I feel like, from Mount Rushmore to, I don't know, just seeing a bunch of pictures of the president throughout childhood and adulthood even. This is George Washington, Washington State. It's going in S. It's going in S. Yeah, there's no question about that. I really like that. It's so unique. It's so unique. Now we've got this one, which I believe is one of the few, maybe the only state. Yeah, I see Louisiana there, which we'll get to in a sec, that has their abbreviation in the state highway sign. So it's not quite. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. Even though it's kind of the same as North Dakota, it's really not. North Dakota's got that state outline. So I think I'm gonna put Rhode Island in. Oh, wow, nice. There we go. Just gonna fix this really quickly. Yeah, I think we're putting Rhode Island in the C category there. Yeah, comfortably in C. And onto a highway sign I really like. They took this minimal approach. Of course, it's Florida. You obviously can tell that because Florida's got a pretty famous state outline, being that it protrudes in a peninsula out from the country. So I really like this. It's a bit nostalgic too because I grew up in Florida as well. Man, I just really like this one. I'm going to put this in A for personal reasons. Oop, looks like the tier list is falling apart, people. No. Yeah, so let's put this in S. I definitely think it deserves S. And let's fix our tier list there. I think we're good. We're good enough, honestly. Okay, so 15. This one is just a square. So it's not just a circle, it's just a square. And this one is going to be, I have to check my notes on this one. This one is going to be Connecticut. Connecticut, again, a pretty state. So I feel like they had a lot more they could have done. But if you're just a square, just a circle, you're going in F. You're going in F. And if you're just an outline like Georgia here, you're going in B. You didn't completely fail. You did above average. Like there's a lot. I feel like half of this list is just very uncreative. You know what I mean? These states, there's a whole trend of redesigning state flags, but I think there needs to be a trend of redesigning state highway signs, if you ask me. But next, and we'll do it again. I believe this is Iowa. This is not Iowa. This is Alabama. Yeah, this is Alabama. I'm sorry, I was just like, it's one of those Mississippi, Alabama states, but I'm like, we already did Mississippi, so this is for sure Alabama. And again, going in B, just like the rest of the state outline signs. Yeah, I'm just double checking, making sure I like everything. I think I like everything. Now on to another more creative one. We've got Nebraska here. And Nebraska I like because it's got this kind of oxen pulling a carriage, kind of pioneer feel to it. It is a small detail, so it does get points off for that. I feel like for state highway signs, the minimal approach up here is definitely more is definitely better because how many people are going to be able to make out what this is when they're driving, 70 miles down an interstate in Nebraska? I feel like not many, but this definitely deserves A. They went above and beyond, even more creative than this. They did a little iconography, so I like that in the A position right there. And the same with Tennessee. I like Tennessee. They did it a little bit different here. I don't know. It kind of looks derpy if you ask me. The text, the kind of font they use is pretty interesting. It's not this kind of sans serif font. But yeah, no, I like this. This is decent, but I think it's gonna go in B. Yeah, it's got the state outline. It's got the words. It's basically an inverted North Dakota, kind of, in many ways. And let's go to this one, which is Indiana. I think Indiana as well will, these simple ones where it's just kind of the initials on the thing, or the name of the state on the thing. Yeah, same with Illinois and Indiana. I mean, these guys should have definitely made each other more distinct from one another. They should have chose something that's, because these states are bordering each other. So I would have liked to see something more distinct from at least one of those states. And 24, we've got kind of the Michigan, but without the M. So I don't know where to put this one. This one's going to be North Carolina, by the way. And of course, if you're local to all these areas, you're going to know what the state highway signs are before I even say them. So bear with me as I check some of these unwritten ones. So we're going to put this one. I don't know if I want it in D or C. It's not a boring square. It's a diamond. So I feel like if I put this in C, to put this in F just because it doesn't have the first letter of the state. Ooh, no, I'm going to move this down. Yeah. I think that's about right. Because I said again, like the M takes points off. So it shouldn't go in C where you actually have what the state is. M could be anything. It could be Maine, Mississippi, Maryland, Michigan, Montana. Give me another M state. Missouri. I don't know why I'm asking you guys to give me another M state. Like I can hear you. Moving along to Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma's. It's unique. It's kind of got the Florida thing going on, which I put in S. So I feel like it'd be bad to put anything in A. I don't know. Florida's is a little bit bolder, if I'm not mistaken, which is better on highways, obviously. So I'm going to put it in A. I like it. Maybe a hot take. It's got the state outline and the number, but it's not doing what the others are doing, if that makes sense. It's a bit unique. And, I really like Pennsylvania's with this Keystone State aesthetic and iconography. It's really nice. I think Pennsylvania has an S tier. Like, maybe that's a really hot take, but some of these are going to be hot takes because it's all personal. You know what I mean? Let's do Alaska. Another really, now we're getting to the really nice ones for some reason. I've been really holding off on all the S tier ones. Alaska, look at that. I don't know if that's the Big Dipper, Little Dipper. I'm not familiar with the astronomy. Is that what it is? Yeah, astronomy. like most people are, but yeah, no, I like it. It's going in S. Alaska, that's an S. That's an S state highway sign for sure. And I think the same could be said with Minnesota as well. I think I better move some of these over because I think we're getting to a lot of S's here. Minnesota is so unique. Beautiful colors, beautiful design. It's got the state outline. It's got big old Minnesota, and it's got one. You know what I mean? Like, it's distinguished. Sure, it's not the most creative. You know what I mean? But some of these aren't the most creative. I think just the fact that it's got that color is really good. I think if more of these had color, they would obviously be better ranked. I don't know, black and white's just kind of boring. But again, it can be used in a good way. Again, like Arizona, I won't blow this up too much. Arizona, just the state outline. It's going in B. We're almost done here, or I think so. Yeah, just about. Well, we've got like 10 left. Maryland, again, I think Maryland, and I'm gonna have to move over some of the B ones, so bear with me as I do that. But Maryland also going in the B. Yeah, I think we're good over there for now. what's this one? I'm gonna have to look again. It's a little shield, and this one will be Virginia. So it's got that kind of regal thing that New York is going on. Of course, we've got these states that were founded very early on in that country's history. So I like it at sea. I like it at sea. It's not this. You could say it's kind of like that, but look at the 11. Look how small it is. Look at the 40. I mean, it's just good. It's just good. And let's do 11. Why not? What is this? When I have to ask what is this, that's not a good sign for your state highway sign. And it's Maine. What a beautiful state. Could have done so much, but it is subjected to the F. So boring. What is the difference between Maine's and I got to look at again at my notes, 15, which is I don't even know. Oh yeah, Connecticut. That's right. Connecticut. I mean, what's the difference between Maine and Connecticut? States are right next to each other, almost. So anyway, let's do South Carolina. Really like South Carolina's there. It's got that kind of Minnesota thing going on, but it does it even better. So I'm definitely going to put this in S. South Carolina, beautiful blue color. It's got the beautiful state flag iconography in there. Got to put that up over here in S as well. And you know what? We've been looking at it the whole time. Might as well get to it. It's California's iconic state highway sign. I mean, it's just iconic. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the look or just the amount of movies that have been filmed in California. And this state highway sign is iconic, no doubt about it. So yeah, I really like it. It's going in S. It's going in S for sure. For sure. And then so Texas, again, I think with Texas, you're getting the B treatment. And I'm just gonna make it small. We'll crowd the B up a little bit. And again, Louisiana, same kind of thing going on. I really like it. I like Louisiana's though. I like the LA up here. It's abbreviated the 1. The state has a really interesting shape. You know, that L for Louisiana. It's pretty, iconic. But again, I think it deserves a B. So we're gonna squeeze it right there in between Arizona and Maryland. And let's bang out some more of these squares. 28, Massachusetts. Again, F, Massachusetts, iconic state. Could have done so much over there. But again, here's another state. Oh, excuse that really quickly. Here's another state. I believe this is either North or South Dakota. Yeah, I believe it's. Geez, this is South Dakota, right? Oh, how could I not? Yeah, I know they look pretty similar, but South Dakota, I should know that that's South Dakota right off rip. I really like the green. I'm not sure why they chose that, but again, I like how it's distinct, and for that reason, it's really minimal too. It's got that green background, like the biggest lettering you could have on the sign. I really like that. It's going in A, and yes, it is just because of the green. If that was black on the outside, it would be in B, but it's not, so it gets A, and I think that's very fair. Winding down here, we've got Montana in our bottom 3, last 3 choices over here. We've got Montana, and obviously this is going to go in the C category with the rest that are just their state name and a number. And you know what? I'm not going to save the best for last here. Well, not the best, but a really good one for last. This is New Hampshire. And this is the Old Man of the Mountain on the side of their state highway sign, which actually doesn't exist anymore. It was kind of a rock formation that had this exact face. I mean, it had the face of an old man, and was really iconic. And I think it fell apart in 2020. Just erosion, rocks falling. It crumbled, so it no longer exists. So maybe they're going to have to change it. But I think it's so iconic in the state, and if you know, if you're from New Hampshire, you definitely know about the Old Man of the Mountain. So I think it definitely deserves. I like it a lot. It's incredibly unique. So I think it also deserves S. Yeah, definitely more unique than these. It's really cool. It's like the Washington State sign. So if I gave that A, I'd have to give this A. And we're last but very much least, West Virginia. Okay, this is a state highway sign fitting of. Some would say a boring state. I've been to West Virginia. I forgot the town I went to. It was some fort on the east near D.C. I'm blanking on the name right now. But yeah, West Virginia's okay. But their state highway sign, you could do better. So this is the final ranking, guys. Make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of this tier list here. I think it came together pretty nicely. I think it's pretty fair with everything down here, and you've got the more creative ones and up here. And look, these guys, they can change. You know what I mean? So if they do, maybe I'll re-rank. Obviously, they're not going to change them anytime soon. But, as one by one, maybe we'll see some. I don't know the last time a state has changed their state highway sign. So I'm going to have to check up on that. But anyways, yes, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you next week on Town, City, State.